So now we're going to set up Cloudinary, which is the service that we're going to upload the images, or the cloud that we're going to upload the images to. I told you in the beginning of the course to have an account there. If you don't, you need to ask to have an account. So go to cloudinary.com and create an account there, verify it, and come back to continue. Okay. So it's going to be very simple, and the most important thing that we're going to have a function that's going to help us to upload images to Cloudinary. Okay, and it's going to be a very good function. You know, I've took my time to it to do the best function possible that's going to be usable in any other projects you want. Okay, any other project that you need to upload the images, you can use it because it's versatile and it helps you, upload the one image to how many images you have. It's not a problem. Okay, so it's going to do it all, and that's the beauty of it. Okay, so the first thing, as you see right here, when you open your Cloudinary account, you have the cloud name, the API key, and the API secrets. Okay, we're gonna need those, so we can go back right here and go to the .env file and let me define them right here. Okay, so we're gonna have the cloud name, and then we're gonna have the cloud API key. Okay, and also we're gonna have the cloud API secrets. Okay, so we're gonna define all of them. Let me just get them. So the first one is the cloud name. I'm gonna copy that and then just go back right here. Okay, and have it in the cloud name. Also get the API key and then have it right here. Okay, and then also get the API secret and have it right here. Okay, like this is needed. So now let's define the route for upload. So we can go to route. Let me take the post, copy that. Let's call this upload, and then right here a few changes is gonna happen. Okay, this one's gonna be for upload, and I don't know the name of the function for now. Okay, so we go to controllers and create that. So it's gonna be upload.js. Okay, so now we have the file, and also what route we're gonna have. Okay, let's call it upload images. Okay, let me remove that for now, so we can test it in Postman, and this is function. Let's call it upload images, and then let's import it like this. Okay, and simply you can go to upload and let's create the function. So exports those upload images. It's going to be an async function, request response. Okay, and I have a try catch, and simply here return response dot service 500.json. The message is gonna be error.message. Okay, like this. So let's see if we have everything all right. Okay, so everything is all right. Let's go back to upload. Okay, so now we're gonna create some middleware. Okay, so before uploading any certain image, want to make sure that the image are valid. Okay, like the type of them, like the size of them, so everything is valid for the image. We need to validate that. Okay, so let me just explain something. Let's go back right here. Let's simply response.json like welcome from image upload. Okay, and let's see that's in the, let me see, we have it. Okay, it says post, so let's go to Postman. Let's create a new one. There's the request. Let's call it upload image, and it's gonna be a post. It's gonna be to HTTP. Okay, this is HTTP, and this is gonna be upload images. So let's see. Okay, so this is a problem. Let me see, what's the problem? Not found. Okay, so upload, this is wrong, so it should be like that. And then let's try again, send. Okay, so we get the response from the API, okay, which is welcome from image upload. Okay, but before that, we want to send like in the body, we're gonna send like images, which is gonna be in the form data, and then we're gonna define like the type of it, which is gonna be file, and we're gonna send the files right here. Okay, we're gonna select files and choose them and send them. Okay, but we're gonna do like some tests before that. Okay, so we can go back, you're gonna see everything. Okay, don't worry. So right here you can go to the, what is it, the middleware. We're gonna create a new file. Okay, let's call it, for example, image upload. Okay, .js, and we can create a function right here. So this directly is going to be a default function. So model.exports is going to be an async function. Okay, it's going to take the request to response and then next, because it's a middleware. We only allow things to happen when we pass next. Okay, so try catch. And then the catch is going to be the same way. It's going to be return response.service which is gonna be 500, also the JSON, and it's gonna be the message is gonna be error.message, and we have a problem right here. Let me see. So this is message. Let me save. Okay, so it's a problem right here. Okay, sorry. This is not an arrow function. Okay, this is a normal function. Okay, so right here we can console log. Okay, like something welcome from middleware to see that it's working. We can go back now to the routes and import it. Okay, so now it's gonna be from image. Let me see if we get image upload, and the function is called, it's the same, we export it by default, so it's exported by default, so it's gonna be the same name, and we're not gonna be like this. Okay, this is gonna be by default, and then we're gonna pass it before the upload images like this. And now let's open the console and let's see if we send this. We're gonna get the middleware, so we send. Okay, let me see what we have right here. Welcome from middleware. Okay, so everything is all right, and the reason we didn't get any response from here because we didn't pass next, and as I told you before, you need to to add next for this to happen. Okay, so let me go to the middleware image upload, and let me show you what I'm gonna do. So after this, we're just gonna pass next, and now it's gonna work. Okay, I'm just repeating a few things that you can remember. Okay, now send, and we're gonna get the response, and also we're gonna have the console log normally. Okay, but we're not gonna console log anything right here, but we're gonna do few tests. Okay, so the same. So before doing anything, we're gonna go back to the server and we're gonna install a new package that's gonna help us with the file upload. So we're gonna go to the backend and simply npm install, and it's called express file upload. Okay, and let me import it as it installs. So it's called file upload. Okay, and we're gonna get it from express file upload. Okay, and then we're simply gonna use it. So I feel like, let me see if this is all right. So everything is all right, and then after the course we're gonna use app.use, and we're gonna use the file upload. Okay, so it's called file upload, and simply the only setting that we're gonna have is use temporary files, and you're gonna see why we're gonna need them, and it's gonna be true. Okay, like this. So now everything is ready. Okay, so the temp file is gonna help us that we're gonna store all the files that we're gonna send on the request, so we can go to the request.files and get the files that's there and test them and do all the tests that we want to do right here. So if we went right here and add console log, request those files like that, so we can open Postman and test this. So let's send, and in the beginning it's not going to be anything, it's going to be null because we didn't pass any, we didn't send any files. So now if we select files right here and select any random file and then send, and then go back right here, and then we're going to see that we have a file. Okay, we get the name, the data, the size, and all the informations about the files that we're going to send. Okay, and they're going to be in a weird form. It's going to be an object that has an object, but let me just show you something else. Let me, for example, let me cancel and send like few of them, like a lot. Open, so you understand what type of data that we get. Okay, so when we send, let me cancel this and see what we have. Okay, so now we're gonna see that it's a bit messy. Okay, so we're gonna have an object. Let me just show you. So right here, okay, so we have an object that has an array that has objects. Okay, so this is a bit weird. Okay, but don't worry, I'm gonna make it into a universal easy form, which is gonna be just an array, and then we're gonna map through it and do everything. Okay, so carefully I'm gonna try to explain things to you and you're gonna focus. Okay, so now let's send only like 2 files. Okay, and then send. So this is what we're gonna get when we go back to the console. As you see right now, we got object that has an array that has objects. Okay, and to change from an object to array, we use this. So we can use, before that, we can take all of that, and we're gonna use object dot values, and they're gonna turn it into an array. So now if we open the console and let's send again, and we're gonna see send, and we cancel here, go back, and you're gonna see now we have an array that has an object. Okay, and I don't know if I talked about it or not, but when you have an array like this and you want to make it into just objects and objects and remove that array, so you're gonna simply use flat, and flat, it changes the array to just objects. Okay, it just takes the objects inside and shows them. Okay, so we can go back right here and add flat like that. So now as you see, let's go back right here and send, and we're gonna see the difference. So send, cancel here, we send everything, and then go back right here, and you're gonna see now we have an array that has objects. So that was the purpose of everything, so we can see what we are actually doing. Okay, so now we can simply remove all of that. Maybe we can have that. Okay, so simply the first thing is going to be you're going to have a test. So when we don't have any files, and also or we're going to do the test, which is for this one, when we go and get all the array and we're going to see the length of it. If it's equals 0, that means it's empty. That means we don't have any element chosen. So we're going to return, and then a response dot status that's going to be 400, and then JSON, and it's going to have a message, and then the message is going to be no files selected. Okay, like this. So now let's try this. So if we go back right here and we have selected something, we're not gonna get anything. But when we don't select anything and we send, we're gonna get a response right here, a message that said no files selected. Okay, I'm taking things very slowly so you can understand, because working with files is very important. Okay, so now we're gonna have a variable, let's call it files, and it's gonna equal the object, simply this one right here. Okay, the array that we need, and every test that we're gonna do is gonna be here. Okay, so now we're gonna go through all the files using for each, and then we're gonna get the file. Okay, and then right here we're gonna have the first test. So the first thing is gonna be we can just allow to send any type of data. We're only gonna allow images. Okay, and the property that's going to allow us to know which type this file is, if you go back to the console, and if you see right here we have this attribute which is the meme type, and the meme type give us the the type of the file that we have. So if it was application, it's going to be application and the type of it. Okay, so if it was an image, it's going to be right here image, and then it's going to give you the type like JPEG, PNG, or whatever. Okay, that's why we can go right here and then simply go if the file dot meme type is different than the image, remove one right here, image / JPEG. Okay, then we can do simply just take that right here, and the message is gonna be unsupported format. Okay, like that. So it's only allow now the JPEG format, and it's gonna be image. This is not images, it's gonna be image, sorry, like that. Okay, and you define as many types as you want. Let me test it and then see that. Okay, so now let's select a file that's not a JPEG, so send, and we're gonna get unsupported format. Okay, so now we're gonna define all the rest of the types that we're gonna need. So it's gonna go and then also file dot meme type is different than image / maybe we're gonna allow PNG. Okay, also gonna allow like GIF, also gonna allow like, so it's up to you to decide which type you want. Okay, I'm gonna allow this. Okay, and the rest is up to you. Okay, but if you realize something, as you see right here, we have a folder that is called TMP, and this TMP folder, every image that we send is going to be registered here. Okay, and that's why we can access it in the files right here and test it, and we don't want to have it right here. Okay, so when we have an error, when I remove the TMP, okay, so every image, as I said, we send right here is going to be copied in the TMP. I removed some of them because we've sent before many of them, and they're going to be listed in the TMP. I've removed them, but we don't want to do it manually. We want to do it by code. So everything, when it's not fine, we're just simply going to unlink them. Okay, so you can go back right here. I'm going to show you how to do it. It's actually easy. So we're going to get the file system. Okay, and it's going to require that. And simply you're gonna go right here. When we have an error, we can simply also do something else, like let's create a function. Let's call it remove TMP. Okay, this function, and we're gonna just pass the file. And also let me show you, we're gonna pass this attribute right here, which is the temp file path. Okay, which is, as you see right here, is gonna go there to the folder TMP. I hope this is understandable. I do my best to explain things very good. Okay, so now we don't have the function. We can create the just here. Okay, it's not gonna create any problems. Okay, and we just pass the path to it, and simply we're gonna go fs.unlink. Okay, and then we send the path, and then when we have an error, simply right here we just can go if we have error. Okay, and simply we can throw it so we can get it like this. Okay, simply let me see if we have any errors. Everything is all right. So now, as you see, the TMP, let me remove it at all. Okay, so now let's have right here, so a file that that shouldn't be existed there. Okay, let's send. And as you see right now, if you go back right here, we have this tmp now empty. Let's see if we remove this function, when we have an error, it's gonna still there and we don't need it. Okay, so let me just go back right here and send again. Now we have an error, but as you see, if we go back right here to the tmp, we're gonna have the file, and when we have an error, we don't need the file. Okay, and also we're gonna remove it when we upload it to the cloud. We're gonna just remove it also, so this function is important for us. Okay, so let me get it back right here. Okay, I hope you are understanding everything I do. Okay, so this was the first if. So now let's see, let me go after this. Okay, so let's see now what else we need to do. The last thing is going to be for the size. So if file dot size, again you can check right here, you're going to find the attribute or the property size. So if it's larger, so the properties, okay, it gives us the values in bytes, okay, which is 1024 kilobytes, and we want to convert the bytes to megabytes, so we multiply it by 1024, so this is 1 megabyte. Okay, so if it's larger than 1 megabyte, okay, it's up to you. You can make it like you just go right here and multiply it. If you want it to be like 2 megabytes, okay, like 5, it's just up to you. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it like in 5. I think like 5 is fine, or 10, it's up to you. Okay, and then we're gonna take the same right here, and the message is gonna be file size is too large, like this. Okay, so maybe to show you that it's work, maybe just can make it 1 megabyte, because I don't have an image that's like 5 megabytes. Okay, so we can go back right here. So let me just select an image, which is this one, that it's larger than 1 megabyte. Okay, so open, and now let's try and send. And as we're gonna see, file size is too large. And if we went right here and choose someone which is less, like this one, okay, and send, it's not gonna be a problem. Okay, so that's it. So size works fine. Okay, so I don't think we're gonna need anything right here. So the middleware is finished. Okay, let me just review this. If something happened, we're gonna test this, don't worry. Let me just remove this to make it 5. So the minimum or the maximum is going to be 5 megabytes. Okay, so now we're going to work on the function that's going to help us actually upload the images to Cloudinary, and we're going to see that's in action.